What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Tony D2 Wild checking in once again, back with the bang of the day, guys. And today we're going to be dropping some videos back to back, so stay tuned on that. Well, we'll drop a video tomorrow, more than likely, later on in the night, but because I want to talk more about Yeezy. But I got to get on this topic, okay? Adidas Yeezy footwear will be sold in 2024. Okay, your final chance at copying Yeezys is coming soon. Let's just read it, and then I'll go into my little rant. Salute to Disney and Kicks if you're watching this, because this is no issue, but we talked a little bit about this. Okay. After indefinitely suspending Adidas Yeezy footwear sales in November amid the crisis in the Middle East region, Adidas has now confirmed in an official report that Yeezy footwear will be sold in 2024. It is clear that the German sportswear giant wants to wipe its hands of any remaining product created in collaboration with Ye. There's no denying that his footwear is still among the best sellers for the brand, as the Adidas projected 250 million in sales for 2024. The planned sale of this product is currently expected to have no effort on the company's operation profit this year. Taking into account that the sale of the Yeezy product and better than expected taking into account the sale of the Yeezy product and better than expected Q4 2023, Adidas expects to generate an operating profit of around 500 million in 2024. As of now, release info for the remaining Adidas Yeezy inventory, including various unreleased Yeezy slides and Yeezy foam runners, are unknown. Official release details are soon to follow, as the shoe will likely be dropped through the Adidas Confirmed app and at partnering retailers. See the full brand press release here. So this is it. Adidas full year results exceed latest expectation. Company decides not to write off most of the Yeezy inventory. Okay. Obviously, now my confusion is I thought that was the plan from the get-go. Why is this even a topic right now? Did they maybe I missed something here. I thought that they said they were ending partnership with him and that they were going to just get rid of the inventory, right? And it was like $500 million worth of inventory, right? That's what it was initially. Then they said, you know what? We're just going to sell that inventory because we don't want to take this huge loss. Bam. That's what it was. I remembered. Why are we having this conversation again when I thought that was the plan was to sell it out in portions, right? Did they say at a point, did I miss a memo where they said like, oh, we're not selling them no more, even the remaining pair we're just going to throw away? Like, did I miss that memo? Or I thought the memo from the get-go was that this is what they were going to do. So I don't even know why this is another headline, because it was obvious that what they sold in 2023 was not the rest or the whole total amount. It was only like, what, 4 or 5 releases or something that came out, even probably less than that. So I'm a little confused as to what the big whoa is about here with this. Obviously, like, it's worth talking about, but this was already expected when they said that they were going to drop them anyway. And them saying they're not going to put any operational costs towards this is another reason, and them basically saying they're going to drop it the same way that they dropped it last time. If you remember, the way they dropped it, Adidas didn't even promote it. They didn't do nothing with it. They gave it to stores. I know Soul Play, Wish, Alma Manier, they made a post saying, you know, Yeezy's dropping this day. It was a post and that was it. It was the weirdest release ever because it's all political, bro. Yeezy basically, or Adidas basically, wanted to sell them, but did not want to. They handed off they dirty laundry to the retailers to sell that shit. They didn't want to say nothing about it. But and actually, I'll take it back. There was a lot actually that dropped, because there was that Confirm app drop that I got a 451. Was it the 450s, 451, whatever it was? I got a foam and I got a pair of blue slides. I know they probably actually, I got to take that back. They did sell about like 5 to 10 pairs on that Adidas Confirm app, and they were easy to get hands on as well. I guess we can. This is a long ass thing, man. In all, me reading this, I feel like I'm gonna be reading them just basically saying that we ain't finna promote this, but we need it. I don't know. Adidas today published a preliminary results of 2023 based on the preliminary unaudited numbers. Adidas current currency neutral revenues were flat versus the prior year level in 2023. They're just talking a whole bunch of shit. Okay, let's talk about the Yeezy. Where we at? In 2024, the company expects currency neutral sales to grow at a mid-single digit rate. This top line guidance assumes that Adidas will sell the remaining Yeezy inventory at cost. So they're selling them at cost. Is that meaning we're about to get Yeezys for even less? which will result in sales at around 250 in 2024. Excluding the Yeezy revenues from in both years, the top line guidance reflects currency neutral growth at a high. Okay, as the sale of the remaining Yeezy inventory is currently assumed to occur at cost. The planned sale of the product is currently expected to have no effect on the company's operating profit this year because they're just going to drop them off. Unfavorable currency effects are projected to weigh significantly on the company's profitability in 2024 as they are expected to continue to impact both reported revenues and gross margin development in 2024. Yeah, their gross their margin is going to suck because if they're selling it at cost, there's no margin. Taking all into account the expected translation and transactional FX headwind, as well as the current Yeezy assumptions, Adidas is expected to generate an operating profit of around $500 million in 2024. Profit. So from what they're saying, though, they're not going to make any money off of these Yeezys, unless I'm reading something wrong. But what they're saying is that they're going to sell the Yeezys at cost to get their $250 million back. Last time I checked, I think they had $500 million in inventory. So that means that they've sold half of their inventory because they only got $250 million of inventory left. 250, you get what I'm saying? So if they sell it at cost, they're expecting to get that $250 million back. Bam. And then I'm guessing they're still going to make some profit out of their other shoes. $500 million worth of profit is what they're expecting. So yeah, the improvement of this due is to the better operating business of around $100 million and the decision not to write off $268 million of Yeezy inventory. So they were going to potentially write that off as a loss. You could do that at the end of the year. Usually, if you can't sell product, you just write it off as a loss, and you got to pretty much burn it in a way. Our consumer, retail, and trade research has shown that we can sell this remaining inventory in 2024 for at least the cost price. This is why we have only written off inventory that was either damaged or very broken in sizes. So I'm very curious to what this means. I'm very, very curious to what this means as far as the price. I can tell you that if you want a good assumption of what a Yeezy might cost, is going to be, to them at least, maybe 50 to 60 bucks. Because if they're retailing for 200, the wholesaler, the stores are going to get them at 50% of that. So if a shoe's going for 200, the store might be paying $100 per shoe, and they're retailing it for 200, so they're making $100 there. And then the actual actual Adidas is making its revenue. So the way it normally works, you make a product. Whatever that product's cost is, you multiply that by 2. That's how much you're going to charge your wholesaler. You multiply that same number, that your cost number, by 4, and that's what you usually sell it at retail. So 50 cost, 2, 100 wholesale. 50 4 times, 200 retail. So we can be able to see them. I just don't see they selling that cost, bro. I'm curious to know what this means because, bro, they selling Yeezys at 50, 60 bucks, $100. That is going to be insane. And I ain't gonna lie, I might have to really jump in on that. Get some slides at least. I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. And if they do that, the resellers are gonna be out there. I want to see how this shakes up the resale world in a way, because this is definitely going to be so weird and awkward in a way. Is that shoe, if slides go for 75 bucks, so if the slides are going for $75, right, they're going for 20 bucks, 30 bucks, 25, 20, are they still going to be selling for 75? I don't know. This is going to be a really weird time. And I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of it. So this is existing. This is 2023. I'm curious to know what we're going to see in 2024, bro. We ain't got no news, though. Let me see Yeezy Mafia. Let's see if they got anything. Bro, that Yeezy Mafia is pretty much this site dies. If Yeezy, the Yeezy brand, the Yeezy brand is not dead. We're going to talk about this whole different thing very soon as well. So stay tuned, because we want to definitely talk about these pods. I don't even know what the hell's going on with the site. But with that being said, Yeezys are back. I'm I'm not surprised because I thought that was the plan. I guess what I'm reading is, the war going on with Gaza and Israel, the IDF. I'm guessing I read somewhere that during that time, you got Yeezy going in on Jewish people. You got the war going on, Israel versus Palestine and all that. I'm guessing they halted it. That's what I'm reading or initially read. Yeah, after like this is I don't remember seeing this. When did this happen? Let me look in this. I need to see this part. This happened in November. When did this happen? Okay, here we go. October 20. So this is what is going on. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Halts. Adidas officially parted ways with Ye in October. That was okay. And made this kind of sources have revealed that Yeezy has decided not to move forward. It's planning to release more leftover Yeezy stock in November through the end of the year. The drop, okay, as the brand, we do not, as a brand, before I even read this, I really hope it just seems like one moment we're on the high horse where we're not going to sell this because because Kanye disrespected Jewish people and we stand by, the Jewish community and this and that. And it's like, after that, it's like, well, we got to make our bread back. And then it's coming, are they about to come back again and say, we decided not to sell the remaining stock because we want to make sure that, blah, 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 about some political shit. I hope they're not doing that now and it's just like something else, because it's like one moment you're on the high horse of wanting to protect and be against all this, and then you're like, oh, well, money, it's just showing you that money's the root, man, to all evil at the end of the day, okay? As a brand, we will not do a new drop for the remainder of the year, both for the Eternal Commerce as well as retail, as a wholesale. And Adidas rep wrote in a memo, table of comments, we will not be shipping out any new stock. This direction was given on on board level. Adidas has terminated his deal. Okay, we know that. As previously reported, Adidas announced in May that it would resume selling the sneakers while attempting to avoid the backlash created by Ye. Okay, got you there. Leftover stock. So it just seems like it was like stopped at one point. It just seemed like they said they're not gonna do it, but it doesn't seem like they ever said completely no. I just want to see it before we go, guys. Before I end y'all off, I want to see at least that cost. They're not gonna do that. They can get more money than that. Okay. Adidas says it may write off the remaining unsold Yeezy shoes after the breakup with Ye. Here it goes. Adidas said it might have to write off the remaining 300 million, 320, so now it's 320 worth of Yeezys left over unsold after it cut Tyler Ye, formerly known as Kanye West. The company will decide in the coming weeks whether or not to do a third release of the shoes next year to generate more donations to group funding, which I think is great. Yeah, do that. Hell, you keep saying sell them at cost, sell them at retail, and then give that. Y'all take y'all cost money back and give that money to, whatever you want to support. The shoes and sports clothing, which cut Tyler, yeah, okay, yes. The smartphone app part. I want to see the company included the possible write-off of the remaining Yeezy inventories in its outlook Wednesday for its earnings this year, narrowing the expected loss to 100 million euros from its earlier prediction of 450 million euros, thanks to part in the earlier two releases. Okay, Sion has took over the Yeezy is leading effort to recover the loss. Got you. The announcement from Adidas comes in at the time of rising anti-Semitism and Islamophobia, and I don't have no parts in that. At the end of the day, I have friends that are Jewish and I have friends that are Muslim. I love both. I love all religions. Terrible circumstances in the Middle East, saying some of the companies more than 600 employees in Israel have been called up for military service, and that we as a company are starting a donation program for the whole area, also for Gaza. The companies are working for the SOS. The assumption outlook that the many Yeezy will be written off if that will not happen or not is something we will evaluate at the time, so there is no decision that we will do. We, of course, hope we could do more drops next year and we can get more value out of it and donate the proceeds. But right now, financially, we haven't made a decision, and that's why the outlook is the way. He said that there are many scenarios. So, yeah, there was no reason why. It was just something that they were thinking about. I thought the plan was always sell them It seemed like the plan was always sell them, but they were kind of thinking about it. They weren't sure, and then now they made the decision that they're gonna sell it all. So they selling all the Yeezys, more Yeezys in 2024. We're gonna be going on 2 years of Kanye no longer with Adidas, but still selling Adidas product. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Are y'all copping Yeezys? Let me know down below. Peace.